Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'm just gonna pause the first part because it says, amidst the chaos of information, something awakens, unbound, unshaped, unstoppable. A ghost searching for a shell. She is here. Oh my god. I'm ready. I'm ready. Hold on. Okay. Lyrics and composer is herself, okay? Oh! Okay. I'm feeling it, right? That's a robot. She's awake, she's here. So this is basically her. This is Jasmine. Short-term memory. Oh my god. Did y'all see how she just disappeared? Num num. Guys, I'm gonna keep all my comments later. Look at her shoes. What the heck? Yo. This is my favorite part. Oh my god. How do you do this? Like, how do you make this happen? Everything is exploding. And she's a butterfly. And that's the end, guys. That's the end. So when I saw the first like minute of this music video, like 2 days ago, I was like, this is an insane music video and I want to share this with my community. So basically, in my understanding, the name of the song is called Burnout Dynasty. And what she's talking about is us, society. Like, she in the music, she doesn't say burnt out dynasty. She says we are a burnt out society, basically. And look at this. And the first part, she's basically like saying we all stayed up, we were all just focused on letters on our pages, basically our graduation certificates is what I'm thinking. That is what I would say. It's like our certifications, the ones we get from primary, elementary, high school, college, uni, those are the papers we're always chasing after. And we chase it like our lives depends on it, okay? This is called editing. I know. It looks like the music video gives me the vibe of like Lord of the Rings, you know? And I love those type of like movies. So I think the lyrics were really good. I'll say my other opinions later, like overall, but especially the meaning. Say, Game without a clue. This part I'm like, definitely. Because after school, you really, really don't know what real life is like because you're just thrown into from a routine, like controlled environment to like no routine, no control environment where you actually have to make your own decision and stuff like that. Unless you go to the corporate world where it's actually also controlled, but at the same time you have to make your own decisions then. You know what I mean? Start a game without a clue, basically. Racing down an endless pit. Oh my gosh. With the mapped out. That was really, really important for me because everybody tells you you go to elementary school, you go to high school, you go to primary, you go to you graduate high school, you go to college, you graduate, you go to uni, you graduate, you find a job, buy a house, get married, have kids, retire, and then pass away. Basically, that is what the whole entire mapped out life is like. You know what I mean? So, and then this is what I'm looking at is a robot because our life is literally all just. So basically, what I'm looking at is a robot, right? And it's like she's downloading data. That's what it's like. Look at that. And then now she's opening her eyes, and now she's alive. Society. This is the part I want y'all to see, okay? Down with the government. The government is a lie. Anyways. Chasing after money, it's paper too. 100% light troller. I agree with that. So, she says we are a burnt out society. We are high on anxiety because the rate of anxiety in the past 5 years increased way more drastically than the past 15 years. So we are all high on anxiety. I'm not kidding. That is like the new addiction, I would say. It's like at that point, and we're all suffering from it. And it's not in a healthy manner. It's really, really unhealthy. But I understand why this came about because there's like the pandemic babies. We have the pandemic babies, okay? We have people that have gotten way more soft than the last generation, and it's no way, shape, or form I'm complaining about it. It's just every generation has their own problems and their own differences and their own ways of feeling stuff. So yeah, this is why. And then she's like, pleasure and pain go in hand because this is what we do, okay? We join the society, okay? We join the corporate world. We join the world after graduating. And then we're like, okay, we're gonna work. We're gonna wait for Saturday and Sunday to have fun. So pleasure and pain go hand in hand. At least that's what I understood about it. You know what I mean? But that piece of paper can get you some good, though. That is true. That's why she's saying pleasure and pain go hand in hand. So basically, you're in pain when you're trying to get the paper, and then you're like happy and you have pleasure because you finally got the paper, and then you do it all over again. And then that's how the burnt out society kind of comes about. At least that's what my interpretation is like. Every artist has a mental health issue. I would not say so because the meaning of a mental health issue, a mental health problem, is not the same as I think you think. You know what I mean? I'm thinking of being diabolical. I'm thinking of having borderline personality disorders. That's what I'm thinking about. Not like little symptoms as like, hey, you're scared, hey, you're a little bit shy, hey, you're a little bit like that. You know what I mean? But I do understand where you're coming from. I love her outfits as well. Her outfits are very, very interesting. You know what I mean? With the headpiece and everything, it kind of gives off like Empress vibes is what I'm getting. And then she says short-term memory. I think all of us know, okay? All of us and our mothers and everybody, we have short-term memory loss in this Gen Z, okay? In my generation at least. We have a short-term memory. It's worse than our parents. Like, it's crazy. Short-term memory, I can relate to that exactly. So why is that happening? Because I believe when you were at the same age as your parents, when your parents were at the same age as you, like if you're 16 years old, let's say that, and your parents were also 16, you have way less, you forget things way easier than when your parents. And I believe it has something to do with the information we consume, doom scrolling, food we eat, and all the nonsense we have in our brains. That's why I think. And also, like when I was watching, I watched until here. So when she said short-term memory, I was like, oh gosh, okay, I need to watch this whole thing with my community, and I want to diagnose it, and not diagnose it. I want to analyze it, okay, and break it down. So I also wanted to say it's like Jasmine saw something in the society and she kind of just put it in a song. You know what I mean? Balance B, it does not exist. I get panic attacks. Yeah. And it should not be like that, you know? It should not be like that. I believe like when you are in school, when you are young, you should be taught about all of these mental things that can happen to you, and you should be given skill sets, and you should be equipped with those skill sets by the time you are an adult, you are 18 plus, and you should know how to like feel things and also react to things and make decisions. You know what I mean? I understand people can have anxiety, panic attacks. They are like big things, but then when you are young, I feel like you can definitely like cope with them in a way and manage them in a way. I feel like anybody and everybody they can feel anxiety, they can feel depression, they can feel whatever they like that's happening. But what you do about it afterwards is what really matters, you know? Nobody is safe from having any mental issues, is what I would say. But at the same time, it's like what you do with it, how you recover from it, how you cope with it. That's what really matters. Everybody, by the way, give me some time to reply to all the comments, okay? I'll record this video and then I'll reply. And then, you know, when she said, can you feel that pain? I can feel that pain. I think that's what she's saying. That's like what the backdrop subtitle, like, that's what I'm hearing from here. And look at the dragon. And that pain. That's what I'm hearing. I love that scene. Also, looking at her like this, she reminds me of Liho. I think I'll put her name here, but she definitely reminds me of one of my favorite artists. We don't post for fun. Oh my god, that is TikTok. That's literally TikTok. Recognize a part of the currency. This line, oh my god, I agree with this so much. I am telling you, because I have also chatters that come to my streams and they're like, hey, I'm bored. And I'm like, when you are bored, that is your time to be creative and active and to do something that you were not. So, like, I'm pretty sure you have a lot of things on your plate that you gotta be doing. So boredom is the currency. So don't waste it. When you are bored, go do something. Okay? Or you're bored, start learning a new skill. Or you're bored, do your homework. Or you're bored, update your resume. You know, there's a lot of things. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of things. Practice something, you know, cook something, prepare a meal, you know. So this is so true. Laugh about it, please. That is so true. Don't laugh about being bored. Basically, what I understood from that line was she's like, we're sending darts from our dull eyes. Dull eyes, I would think, is like somebody who's really tired, but you're still glaring at other people that you're not supposed to be glaring at because they don't really care. Meaning the older generation is what I would think. You know what I mean? Look at her. Look at this. Everything's just exploding. And the koi fish. Does instant food count as cooking?
Come to the front of the class right now, okay? What did you say? Instant food? Instant... what?
Oh my gosh. No instant food, guys. No instant food. No. Go hand in hand. Look at the eclipse. This is my favorite scene, by the way. I love this scene. I love this scene, I'm not gonna lie. And then now everything's exploding. Y'all see this? Well, that was it. That was the music arrangement was done by Jasmine Sokko, and she also did write her own lyrics and composed it, and also she produced it as well. We do have other people like JJ Lin that also produced it. Vocal production by her and Jason. I believe she has done a lot of the work herself as well. So seeing an artist do all of this, it was eye opening. It was really really nice. It's like Lord of the Rings. I literally just watched the Lord of the Rings, but in like a 3 minute short video. So it was really good though. What did you guys think? Let me know. I think I haven't done enough to dissect this music video. There's a lot more that should be said that I can't think of right now, but if I do, I will write about it or post about it. I relate to this music video a lot. It wasn't just a simple like I think every like scene had like a meaning which I cannot like understand for now. Look at this. Look at that dragon. The dragon was like, I was like, yeah, this is Lord of the Rings. This is Lord of the Rings, okay? Look at that. It's so high quality as well. It's really, really good. This is her account, Jasmine Sokko. She also just has a few videos. She posted one Toxic by Britney Spears remix cover 8 years ago. She doesn't have a lot of stuff, but I believe, look at this one. I was gonna watch this one as well. Cyber Ritual. She has Medusa. Oh my god. Okay, we will try to watch the rest of her stuff soon.